Shalom Yashara. Almost said Ishra. It's early. I'm driving in Betsy, but this is an urgent message that I need to share with y'all. I tried to put it out there last night, but I had a long day yesterday and I was extremely tired when I got home, and it just didn't work out. However, I am here today, and this is the first opportunity I've had. I've got about an hour drive in front of me, so I have some time to put it out there. And no, don't worry, it's not going to be an hour long. I wouldn't do you that way. What you're looking at here is the State of New York Senate Bill A416. Yesterday there was some YouTube content creators talking about this bill. I seen a lady, a nurse, make a video about a year ago on this bill. January, that's when this bill was introduced into this in the Senate. And I hadn't heard any more about it. I actually completely forgot about it. And then those YouTube channels mentioned it yesterday and reminded me about it. And it is a pretty extreme piece of legislation here, and but I do want to mention that this bill is pending. It has not passed, and those channels, as far as I heard, did not mention the fact that it was pending. However, like I said, it is pretty extreme, and it gives you a good idea of what these people are thinking to put something like this together. Is a good example that the dragon is indeed wroth with the woman and the remnant of her seed, and you will see that. I'm not going to read the entire 4 pages here to y'all, and some of y'all might have already seen this. Either way, for both, if you have seen it or you've never heard of it, don't be alarmed just yet. It is not law just yet. It's still pending, and I can prove that to you as well. So, what this is a bill that, I've got my pen on here for some reason, that they're trying to pass to make it possible for them to detain you if you are a positive case of the Cobra Vampire 19er, or you are a contact or a carrier. And what it would permit is for the governor and his group of groupies, I guess I should say, to be able to detain you for 60 days until they have a review. And upon that review, if they deem you to be a danger to society and the health of others, because you are still contagious, they can detain you for another 60 days until they have another review. And if on that review you're still contagious, they can just keep doing this and detain you indefinitely. Okay? And there are some articles that are basically debunk articles, debunk websites, fact-checking websites that laugh this off. I saw one that said, no, you will not be detained in a FEMA concentration camp on account of Bill A416. Ha ha ha. But this is, in fact, a legitimate bill that it has been introduced. It's being voted on, whatever, discussed. And so it shows you what's on these people's mind. It lets you know that the dragon is indeed wroth. He's got his panties all in a bunch because he knows his time is short. And he just cannot stand the fact that Yahuwah has sons and daughters out here that is esteeming his name. They're sharing truth. Their VMAT 2, quote-unquote, God gene expression is extremely high. And, buddy, he just can't handle that. And he would give anything to do away with us. But I got news for him. It's not going to happen, buddy. Too bad, so sad. But y'all, do your own research. This is just a heads up and a reminder. If you do watch or see a video where people are talking about this, and I saw one that was kind of right on the borderline of fear porn, and I could see how someone would become extremely alarmed by that video. And they did fail to mention that this was pending and it had not passed. So I'm letting y'all know it's still pending, but it could get passed. It's about a third of the way through the Senate. And, it shouldn't get passed. I've seen that there's a lot of senators on both sides of the aisle disputing it and calling it what it is, a crime against humanity, a bill that is unconstitutional and that goes against everything this nation stands for. But, well, so they claim. They say that we're free here, but if you look at things like this, if you look at the judicial system, the way it is set up, and how it has been operated over the years, it's designed to straight up rake us over the coals, and that's exactly what it does. And the only way to be victorious over this system is to know exactly how to speak their language, the Latin language, that the L and the S are interchangeable in Latin. If you didn't know, now you know. So basically, Latin could be spelled S-A-T-I-N. And it was designed to fool the layman, the person who does not know or understand legal terminology, Latin language, Satan's language. It is basically a curse. That's why it is called spelling, because they cast spells upon us, and not like the magic spell you would think of that you've seen in movies and cartoons. No, the kind where they cause the whole world basically to use the English, Latin language, that when you speak it, you undermine yourself, you curse yourself, you give consent to be incompetent. That's what it means when you go before a judge and the judge says, state your name for the record. And if you answer and you state your name, the full name using your surname, you consent and admit to being incompetent, lost at sea, or a dead person. Therefore, you cannot proceed using your own defense. You have to have legal counsel for them to talk for you because you are incapable of doing so. And if a person knew how to talk their language and how to properly defend yourself in the Temple of Baal court system, and that's what it is. Look it up, prove me wrong. If you did know how to do that, you could overcome their attempt to dishonor you and to stick it to you, basically. And that's the only term I could think of, but I would like to use a little more nasty, but I won't. A little more nasty of a title for those people that wear their black robes, that make it look like they're doing you a favor while they are screwing you over, basically. I want to bring up a point before I get off here. I would like to apologize for the way I come off on my videos. I know I've told y'all before that I am probably the least qualified person in our mishpachah to be doing this. I know there's other people out there that could be making a lot better content than I do. But if I am led to a truth that my family needs to hear, my brothers and sisters, that could potentially save their lives and their soul, then I have all obligations to do so. And making a post on Facebook isn't enough, and I would not convey the truth of the message to you properly. And this is the only way I know how to get it out there to y'all. And if I sound a little arrogant, that's not my intentions. I had someone, suggest that I didn't say that I know some things are fact. But this was coming from someone who hasn't read much scripture and doesn't realize that I am able to state that I know for a fact that some things are indeed true, because the scripture, the living word, is true. And any way someone would like to test it, go ahead. And if you're sincere and honest when you test it, you'll see that it does not contradict itself, and it is always true, and it's the most accurate, truthful answer to all life's questions. You cannot deny, if you look at it with a non-biased perspective and give it an honest test, you'll see that the Most High's word is true, and it's the only truth out there. So when I said that I know for sure that this is the war on the saints, that claim was based on the scripture alone. And then you add all this news and government documents and all this other proof that ties into this. There is no way to deny it. And if it's not, if I do think that it's 99% true, and there's a possibility that it might not be what I'm thinking it is, I will tell you. Just like I told y'all that I wasn't for sure about the Kabbalah tree being the tree in the garden. And I told y'all that it's looking that way, and it does appear to be one and the same. But, you know, I did say that I wasn't 100% sure. But the fun vax, which is real, the attack on the saints, and the attempt to lower the Most High's presence, the life He breathed into us, the attempt to suppress that is indeed real. It's happening now, and you best believe it. And if you think I'm wrong, then prove me wrong by all means. Let's do this. I've told y'all, let's do this like the Bereans. Let's study together, and let's come to this conclusion, to the truthful conclusion. Because look, if what I'm saying is right, we don't have a lot of time. We definitely don't have time to be playing around and overlooking something like this. This needs to be addressed. If I'm right, then we need to be spreading the truth. We need to be doing that regardless. But, you know, if you've got brothers and sisters out here thinking that, you know, this is anything other than an attack on the saints, we need to let them know the truth that the Ruach has led us to. That's why He gives us this. Yeah, it's for us, our own personal use, but we are to tell them, even if they are evil and stiff-necked people. Does not matter. We have a job to do. And wouldn't you say, if truth like this is being shared with you from the Most High, that you are indeed responsible to share that with your brethren? I believe so. And I don't see anywhere in the scripture where I am not to do that. So until I am shown that, I'm going to keep sharing truth, any truth I find with y'all. So I am working on the way I present my messages to y'all. I pray that I do not pollute the truth the Most High gives me, or His word, and that I can convey it to anyone in a way that they could see it clear enough to understand the message. And like I said in the beginning, this bill right here, whether it gets passed or not, it shows you just what these people would love to do to us. This bill had to be created by a group of people that sat down somewhere and come up with all these plots to detain people just for having been in contact with someone that could have had the Cobra Vampire 1-9er, which is in fact what I just said it was earlier. And the little test I showed y'all in my FunVax quarterly review video that is to test your level of VMAT 2. And look, I do understand and am aware that these guys are brilliant. They are geniuses in what they do. But ultimately they're fools and will lose. But they are geniuses, and when they do something, they kill multiple birds with one stone. So that's not the only goal they are set out to achieve with this FunVax. It is an attack on the saints, and that test will determine whether you're a child of the Most High or not. But it probably implants something, and there's probably several things that it achieves. But I can say with 100% confidence, it's the attack on the saints. It's the abomination of desolation. It's the attempt for the enemy to set himself up in the temple of the Most High and declare himself above the Most High and show the world that he is a better master, which he is pathetic. He might be brilliant in his plots and schemes and deceptions, because we are not built to deceive our neighbors like he has become. He can come up with the most brilliant scheme the world has ever seen. The Most High will be victorious, and so will we. Okay, folks, I love y'all. Go look this paper up. Make sure you remember that it is pending. I did look that up. Let me go real quick and see if I can find that just to show y'all, so you can see that I'm not pulling your chain. This little diagram here, these circles with that little rectangle there, those two circles that are dark, that represents that how far it has went through the House or through the Senate. Right here somewhere it says that it's pending. Let me see. No, I can't find it, and I'm driving, so look it up. I wouldn't lie to you folks. It for sure is pending. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom. Peace out. D's out.